YTBC student. Now, that is the youngest, baddest uploader who has stepped foot and touched buttons on this thing and has made total sense. And I tell you something, I've seen a lot of them come and go. But YTBC student has now graduated into the midst of the masters.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. Yeah.
What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? So I'm a little bit late to the party on this one, and that's just because of time restraints. I mean, really, I can only make one video a day right now. It's just because of time. Just got a lot going on for the holiday season, and I'm really hoping I get to make, there's a video I really want to make before Christmas. And not too sure if I'm going to be able to make it, but we'll see. Because I definitely don't want to do that one while I'm driving. I want to actually put, there's a certain tone I want to go for in that video, and with the background noise of traffic and my car, I want it to be done right. But anyways, I'm a little bit late to the party on this subject. People have been talking about this for probably about half a week, maybe even a week. And that is that Andre Ward apparently is, considering retiring. And a lot of people are pissed off about this because they want to see the rematch between him and Sergey Kovalev. And I can understand why. If you have even a lot of people who are Ward fans will admit it's at least a controversial decision, all right? If you don't think it's a robbery, cool. We all have, we're all entitled to our own opinions. But most people agree that it was controversial, that it was not one-sided for Ward. So a lot of times when there's a fight like this where it's considered to be close or controversial, we'll get a rematch so that we can get a clear-cut winner. And that's what a lot of fans are pissed off about, is that basically we will get robbed of seeing who is really the better fighter because it was a controversial win and we're not getting any closure. So that's why a lot of boxing fans are pissed off. Me personally, I think it's kind of a grimy move, but that is Andre Ward's decision. It's his career. He's the one who's going to have to try to find another way to make money after boxing. And the sooner he ends his boxing career, the sooner his income ends. At least as far as being a boxer is. So if who knows? Maybe he has a backup plan already. Maybe he, has already used some of the money to invest in some kind of a business to keep the money coming in. I don't know. I'm not his financial advisor or anything, but it's really all, at the end of the day, it's really all on Andre Ward. So the one thing that I do find quite interesting, though, and I don't think I've heard anybody bring this up, out of all the channels I'm subscribed to that I listen to talk about this subject, I really haven't heard anybody bring this up, is why the sudden change of heart when it comes to Ward? Because leading up to the fight and even after the fight, there's been talks about Ward. You know, apparently he has said that he, by the end of his career, because, I mean, without him considering retirement, you would not think he's at the tail end of his career just yet. You would think that he has, you know, at least a couple more years. But he's been saying that by the end of his career, he would like to become heavyweight champion. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Andre Ward can hang with the top guys in heavyweight. All right. I mean, Andre Ward, putting aside the distaste for his recent actions, putting aside, the fact that I think he lost the Kovalev fight, I'm put all that aside. I don't think he can hang with those top heavyweights. And it's not like the top heavyweights are so old that by the time he were to move up to heavyweight, that they would be retired. Anthony Joshua's younger than him. So if Andre Ward were to move up to heavyweight, in theory, there's a good chance he would have to see Anthony Joshua. So, and he's not the only one. That's just one example. There's a couple guys there that are ranked that are younger than Andre Ward, or even the same age, like Deontay Wilder. Or I think Deontay Wilder might be older than him by a year, but that's only a year. And heavyweights tend to have more longevity. So, because you got heavyweights that are well into their 40s. Look at Shannon Briggs. And I'm not even here to bash Andre Ward on that. I don't think he can hang with the top heavyweights. But if his ambition was to become heavyweight, and this is leading up to the Kovalev fight now, saying that he, has plans to become the heavyweight champion, but before he retires, why the sudden change of heart? Why all of a sudden is he saying that he's considering retirement? Now, before I say my next statement, this is just a theory, and this is just the opinion of a stranger on the internet. So if you don't like what I'm about to say, keep in mind, freedom of speech goes both ways. Alright, so I'm going to voice my opinion and how I feel about the situation. You have the right to not like it, but it doesn't make me a horrible person. Just because I have a particular view on boxing. Some of y'all take this stuff a little bit too serious. But anyways, my theory is he does not want that rematch with Kovalev. Alright? And I think that's a reasonable conclusion to draw. Now, why he would not want to fight Sergey Kovalev, that's up to debate. If he, some people could argue that he doesn't want to fight him because he really feels that he would beat him worse. That's fine. I don't think that's the case. I think he felt something in that first fight that he had never felt before, and has no plans of feeling that ever again. That's what I think. But keep in mind, I'm just a stranger on the internet. You don't have to hate me just because that's my view on Andre Ward. I'm not saying that my view is right. I'm not a mind reader. You know, and at the end of the day, it is Andre Ward's decision as to how long he will carry on as a fighter in the sport of boxing. So, but I mean, it does have to make you wonder why, you know, if your ambition was to become heavyweight champion of the world, he's not heavyweight champion right now. You know, and there's a division between him and heavyweight champion, you know, called the cruiserweight, which, like I said, he probably won't do cruiserweight because it's just, you know, him being American, and Americans really not keeping a big eye on the cruiserweight division, which I see that changing. We already have a lot of people in America starting to look at the cruiserweight division with, you know, some of these guys that are there now. But anyways, you know, it's very possible that he would just skip it. But I mean, I don't understand the there has to be a reason why, you know, why would you want to be the heavyweight champion and then all of a sudden being a light heavyweight champion, hasn't made a single defense yet, all of a sudden you want to make a retirement? And like I said, the reason is not unreasonable, because Andre Ward has not fought on account of contracts before. So it's not unreasonable for me to think this. You know, a lot of people like to throw out all other like to assume all kinds of other things without any actual basis, but this is the most reasonable one. Why, you know, it's not out of the question that it's so he doesn't have to fulfill a contractual obligation, because he's done it before with his promoter. You know, it's just different. It wasn't because of a rematch clause, it's because of his promoter. You know, because if he retires, that rematch clause is null and void. You know, they can't force him to carry on his career just to fulfill his rematch clause. If he retires, there's nothing they can do about it. And that's just truth. That's just truth. Now, as to why he would do this, that's all left to interpretation. And I'm sure there's other possibilities that I didn't cover, but I just went from one extreme to the other. What some extremists may say, and you know what I personally think. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. You know, why do you think he does not want to? Why do you think he wants to retire? You know, especially being, you know, or why do you, actually the better question is, why do you think he had a change of heart? Because he had a change of heart. There's no denying that. But what would be the reasoning behind that? But anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
Y'all watching YouTube videos, man? Gee, thanks. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.
I am so authentic, I'm so authentic. They trying to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, hip hop, don't act like you don't know me. What? We got the same mama, don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed, call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The vein never runs dry, there's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language, they don't understand me. It's called the truth, I break it down, they try to reprimand